A woman walked from the sea alive at the weekend after she was washed down a west coast river and out into sea. Her car had crashed near the Arahura River, north of Hokitika, after midnight on Friday. Her 6-year-old son, who was in the car with her, tried but failed to pull his mother from the river before he walked almost 2 kilometres in the dark for help. The 41-year-old woman was found the next morning walking out of the sea by Bronwyn Vercoe and her partner John. Bronwyn Vercoe told me the woman's survival was a miracle.
We're sitting having breakfast and our house is about 200 metres from the shore and we're looking over towards the beach and next thing this person pops up through the gorse and is wandering the fence line and on the beach side, and John said, is that a person? Is that a person down there trying to get through the fence? Is that a woman? And it turns out, yes, it was. And she climbed through the fence and sort of walked through the paddocks up towards the house. And I ran down with a towel because she was soaking wet. And she looked at me with fear in her eyes. And I just said, look, it's okay, what's happened? And she said, I've just been washed up. And it was absolutely unbelievable.
And she had been washed up from a river quite some way away. Tell us about it. Just give people a sense of how far away that is.
So we live in Awatuna, which is about 7 kilometres north of Arahura, which is where she told me she'd fallen into the river. And so she'd been swept down the river and she told me she'd come up the coastline 7 kilometres. And she told me she had been watching the helicopters that were looking for her, but they were looking in the wrong place, unfortunately. So she was coming up the coastline with the rip, and she landed outside our place. She was washed up.
Wow. And she had a young son, I understand, as well, a 6-year-old, who
I
thankfully was
so.
found as well.
Correct. She as we were walking back up the property to the house, she told me she was fearful for her child and where's my child? And of course we just got up. We didn't know that anything was amiss. We didn't know that somebody was missing, and so it was a huge surprise to us. And that's when we thought, wow, we better ring 111 and get this poor lady some assistance.